Good afternoon, everyone. How are you? Great to see you today. We've got some fantastic members of staff. We've got some great things to show you today, so make sure you stay online with me. So, this last week, what have you been up to? I bet you've been really, really busy. I have to say that I am incredibly proud of everything that you're doing at the moment. Whether you're in school, at home, you're doing some amazing things. And as I say, we are all really, really proud of you. This last week, I received a postcard from Mitch, fantastic postcard, and it says, "Hi, I'm enjoying the sun, walks on the beach, but not on a donkey. Having fish and chips for dinner from Mitch." Thanks very much, Mitch, and I hope you've got your postcard that I sent in the post just before the weekend. On to birthdays this next week. So, happy birthday to Lisa King, whose birthday's on the 2nd, Terry Gartland, whose birthday's on the 5th, as is Jerome Barton, also on the 5th, and Christina Banks Kloss on the 5th of July. Blake's is on the 4th of July, and Tom Knight's is also on the 5th of July. So happy birthday to you guys. I'm going to get straight on with the really exciting stuff but before I do, make sure you use the chat. Put your names on and you will go into the prize draw, the red bucket, and something will be in the post to you shortly. So first up is the wonderful Chelsea.
Hi everyone, hope you're all feeling okay today. So with 3 weeks up until the summer break, I'm going to teach you the alphabet over the next 3 weeks in stages, so we'll do 8 letters today and 9 the next 2 weeks. To begin with, I'm going to show you your vowels, so they're all on your non-dominant hand, so remember your dominant's the hand that you write with. So we have A, E, I, O, U. So you just point to these with your index finger on your dominant hand. So starting with the alphabet, we have A, bunching your hands together, B, C. We also have a small c in the Makaton alphabet, C. This is used for things like coffee or chocolate. Then we have D, E, so on your vowel hand, E. F, using these 2 fingers on each hand, dominant hand on top, F. Then we have G, so clenching your fists, G. And then last of the letters today, H. Now we need to keep H really nice and neat, because if we go too far that means clean, so H. Hope that gives you all something to practice, and we'll start with I next week. See you boys!
Thank you to the wonderful Chelsea, and hopefully over the next couple of weeks we'll have learned all the alphabet in Makaton. Next up, we have our house magician, Alan.
Hey fellas, so slightly bigger trick from last week's. We've got 3 balls and 3 cups. So put the cups on the table, take the ball, put it on the cup, nothing in there, and hey presto. Do that again. Take the ball, put it on the cup, put the cups on the ball, and one last time. Take the ball, put it on the cup, and that is your moment of mystery.
Thank you very much, our house magician, Alan. I'd like to see that again, Alan, later on, and give it some real thought about how he did that. So, next up we have Harriet.
everyone. Sorry I couldn't make it last week, but I've come with something more exciting this week. So, we've got a game of charades. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to act out an action. So you need to firstly guess what the action I'm doing is, and I'm also going to do a facial expression with the action. So, for example, the first one would be playing a guitar angrily. Okay, so the next one is can you guess what that one is? Okay, the next one is guess what that one is? Okay, next one. This is very much for the moment. Okay, and the last one. Okay. So, the second one was peeling an orange while feeling worried. The next one was making a sandwich sadly. Next one was washing hands happily. And the last one was cutting with scissors while bored. Hope you got them all. See you next week, everyone.
There's a few successful ones there, Harriet. Lots of
Good.
us managing to guess those. Okay, well done for your guesses, lads. Brilliant. So, big shout outs to Bailey Newsom, Lucas Crowther, Danny Booth, Edward Kingsley, Riley Parkinson and Joe Notter. And Dan has asked whether Billy's name also can go into the red bucket, and it absolutely can. Thanks for saying that, Dan. Great effort. So, next up we have Stuart, Mr. Griffiths.
Afternoon all. I am going to read something. It's an old poem. I think it's written about 100, 110 years ago, and it reflects what's going on at the moment. Some of you may feel that you've lost something, and some of you may feel that you've gained something. So you may have lost the opportunity to get an education in front of your favourite teacher, but you may have gained the skill of cooking a shepherd's pie or working the washing machine. So this is one of my favourite poems, and it's a little bit wordy because it's written in an old dialect, but I've managed to translate some of it for you. It's called Roundabouts and Swings. Give it some thought, because most people will have talked about to you the theme of it, not even understanding that it actually comes from a really old poem. So here we go. It was early September night to Framlin on sea, and 'twas fair day come tomorrow, and the time was after tea. And I met a painted caravan down a dusty lane, a farrower with his wagons coming a jolting, a creaking in the strain. A cheeky cove and sunburn, bald at eye and wrinkled up, and beside him on the splashboard sat a brindled terrier pup. And a lurcher, wise as Solomon and lean as fiddle strings, was a jogging in the dust along its roundabouts and swings. Good day, said he. Good day, said I. And how do you find things go? And what's the chance of millions when you run's a travelling show? I find, said he, things very much as I've always found. For mostly they goes up and down, or else they goes round and round. Said either jobs, the very spit of what it always were. It's bread and bacon mostly, when the dogs don't catch an air. But looking at it broad, and while it ain't no merchant's kings, what's lost upon the roundabouts, we makes back on the swings. Good luck, said he, good luck, said I, you've put it past a doubt. And keep that lurcher on the road, the gamekeeper is out. He thumped upon the footboard and lumbered on again, to meet a gold dust sunset down an hourly, dusty lane. And the moon, she climbed the easels, while a nightjar seemed to spin. The farrower's wisdom o'er again is soothe of loss and win. For up and down and round, said he, goes all appointed things, and losses on the roundabouts means profit on the swings. Okay? Have a think about what that poem really means to you. I'll see you next week.
Thank you to Mr. Griff, as somebody's named him on the chat, for your recital. Very thoughtful, very thoughtful. Let's look forward to what he's got to offer us next week. Thank you, Mr. Griff. So, some comments being made on our chat. Lost my cat, put on 3 kilos, and such a jazzy waistcoat. Thank you for those comments. And yes, he is. John Stead, Mr. Stead, John, super science, spectacular, is with us again.
Afternoon, guys. Hope you're all well. Keeping yourselves active as best you can. Right, today got a little. It's not so much an experiment as an activity, and it is very problematic, which means it definitely may or may not work. But that's all part of science, experimenting. And if you don't succeed in the first time, then try again and try again. And you may get the result that you want. There's nothing wrong with failing. Failing's all part of learning. All right, we probably learn more from us failures than we do from any of us successes. So it's a bit of fun. Basically, what I'm going to try to do today is I'm going to try and make an egg balance on its end. Okay. So basically, what you will need is just a good old-fashioned hen's egg. Okay. Now, in order for it to balance, it has to have something to rest on. When you look at an eggshell, you think it's really, really smooth. Well, in fact, if you had a microscope, you'd actually see that it's not. And actually, I know this isn't exactly oval like an eggshell, but the shell of an egg is actually full of indentations, okay? Tiny, tiny indentations. And the bits that stick out can act like little stool legs that the eggshell can actually rest on, okay? If I can't do it, I've also got a bit of a trick to help you along, but we'll have a go. Okay, so with your forefinger and your thumb on one hand at the bottom and the same at the top, you just gently rotating it and tilting it. I'm sure that I'll be told when the time's running out, but it really does take a bit of perseverance, concentration and patience, but if you can succeed, it's worth it. As you're rotating it, you'll feel it starting to want to fall to one side, so whichever direction it's falling from, if you just slightly shift the bottom of the egg to that direction and just gently keep rotating it. I can confirm that I've just done this, can't I, Mrs. Ackroyd?
You absolutely can.
Mrs. Ackroyd has witnessed it, as has Mr. Griffiths.
Yeah.
You've just got to get those little indentations that act like little stool legs. Oh, nearly. Just in the perfect place for it to balance on. It's tricky, and I may run out of time, but I did this at home with my children yesterday about half a dozen times. That'd be a box of eggs.
Yay!
There you go. So if you thought that balancing an egg on its end was impossible, it's not. So give it a go. All right, if you fail, try again, because I'm sure enough patience, perseverance, you will succeed. Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you, John. A fantastic, no, we could call it experiment really, but really, really great to see that. And as Mr. Stead said, all about patience, perseverance, concentration, focus, of which you lads at times have plenty full of. So have a go at home, and if you manage to do it, send a photograph, and Mr. Stead will send you a little prize in the post. Good luck with that one. So, on to shout-outs. Shout-out Tuesday to Lucas Crowther for helping out a baby bird when it was in trouble and returning it to its parent. And you'll see some photographs on our video afterwards. Xander for completing 3 pieces of work and getting 100% on all 3. Excellent, Xander. Alfie Kirby for taking part in a Zoom conversation with another student. And that's what it's about, isn't it? It's about sometimes you need to catch up with other students or other staff that you've missed out and to connect. And that's what Alfie did this last week. Spencer also for taking part in a Zoom conversation with another student. Hopefully you lads enjoyed the time you had together. Sibby, well done Sibby, for engaging positively with staff and in activities all week and making use of Makaton. Well done Sibby. Harvey O'Flynn for taking part in outdoor activities and toasting marshmallows. Alex Sumner for taking part in outdoor activities and also toasting marshmallows. Leland, I think we've all been toasting marshmallows this week actually, because Leland also been very busy doing activities outdoors and toasting marshmallows. And so has Caden. He's been enjoying activities outdoors and also toasting lots of marshmallows. Yum yum. And finally Bailey Newsom for going on a walk with his brother to Malham Cove. And I've seen some lovely photographs of you, Bailey, with your brother. Fantastic. Good show, well done. So fantastic shout outs there, and I'm sure you've all been really busy this week. Don't forget, we have a video that supports this assembly, that goes alongside this assembly. Make sure you log on and have a look at that. Some fantastic photographs, and all the shout outs are on there too. So I'm going to put the rest of these tickets in here, and without looking, I'm going to pull this now. Billy, big thank you to Daniel. Daniel, you put Billy's ticket in there, so Billy, something will be on its way to you. Well done, boys. As I say, I'm really proud of you, and proud of all your families who are supporting you really well. Take care, stay safe, and stay healthy. See you next week.